Again, thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here. Very appreciative to be 2-0. Very appreciative for the win. I thought it was great to be back in Strawberry Stadium, obviously. I thought our home crowd was outstanding. I really was. I thought the environment was great. I think there was obviously some positives came out. Defensively, came up with some huge plays. I thought there were some outstanding individual efforts. I don't want those to be overshadowed because defense offensively maybe didn't do what we anticipated or what we had hoped to coming in the game. Kind of Deshae goes down early and kind of changed the game plan. And for my, and again, I'll put my conservativeness on me. I'm the only one to take the blame for that. Is that again, for me, it was more important for Donovan to go into a game one. He's going to get his experience. That he needs to come out with a W and not put too much on him. And for that, we played it really conservative. Is that ideal what we want to do all the time? No, but I'd much rather him come out with his game one being a W than put too much on him and he makes some mistakes and we end up regretting it. If it was different, obviously, if somehow we got spread out, you feel a little more freedom and a little looser at times, but probably kept that one a little closer to the vest than I'm even used to playing. But again, the positives, 9 turnovers in a game, did some outstanding plays. The ability to pressure. I thought going back on it, Tech did some great. They did some things that caught us a little off guard. They did some things that gave them probably the best chance for them to be successful in the ball game. They did a great job. Hats off to them. I thought the coach staff did a great job of having the plan that probably gave us the best fits on both sides of the ball. So we're 2-0, and what we've got to do more so than anything, I think, right now is we're looking for a consistency factor of being out to execute. There was a lack of execution. It's not just not calling or whatever else. I don't think we across the board did we even giving up and we gave up over 400 yards passing. That was a lack of execution, a lack of focus. There was a lot of things, simple things, the guys just not seeing things, not communicating. That you can't do. Hopefully we got a big lesson learned on that. Happened on the offense side of the ball as well. Got everything blocked, you got a big play, one guy makes the wrong assignment, down you go, turns into a 2-yard loss. I'd much rather sit here and try to learn those lessons after a W, and our guys are aware of that. And I feel good about Sunday's meeting with the players just because I thought they came in and owned it. I think we all took responsibility for our own parts in it, but I think our players, took responsibility for what happened on Saturday, and then we'll move forward from there because we have a huge challenge, obviously, this week. Probably by far be the best team on our schedule, I think. We haven't seen everybody, but I would think they are just because they're a very well-coached ball club, very talented. They're 2-0. Won 2 tough games. I really think this is going to be a great opportunity for us, really, to see how disciplined can we be? Because if we're not, we're going to take it to the woodshed. We're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to execute, and we're going to have to take care of our jobs. And then come down to it is whoever does it the most and the most consistently is going to win the game. So obviously it'll be a huge game for us, and we look forward to that challenge.
You maybe touched on it a little bit, but your running game, you didn't have as much success as you had in the first week. What did they do specifically? I assume they kind of stuffed the box a little bit.
They did. They did load the box a little bit, but to be honest, there was some individual matchups that we lost. Guys didn't get the pads down. And start up front. It can be it's a combination. A couple times it could be the guy up front gets too high, guy gets on his pads, gets shucked, gets thrown off a block, we get off the single, we don't make it. A couple times back makes the wrong read. The quarterback checks the play to the wrong side, doesn't run it in the look he's supposed to look to, and it turns into a negative play. So it was that effort was to be owned by a lot of people. So it's not just one and say it was you can't say it was the O-line, you can't say it was the backs, you can't say what, but there's, a lot of what we do is it's on the quarterback too, and he's got to get us in the right play versus that right look that we wanted in, and that's how we've had a lot of success doing those things. And it was his, his first time, and he made several miscues on that part.
It was 1 for 16 on third down conversion.
That's not good. Yeah, that's kind of nightmarish, really. So what I do, and I've told them, is I don't have any less, confidence in it, our ability to throw the football, but you can't keep, I don't think it's just throwing, because we did the same miscues in the run game. We made the same miscues on pass coverage. We had some same miscues in our special teams. It was across the board. So I think hopefully we look forward to coming out there and correcting a lot of mistakes.
You touched on the discipline too with the penalties Saturday. That was
Oh yeah, it was 15 or 16 penalties. Like I said, I don't know if I can grab one area and say, oh, here's what we did wrong. You can't do that, because it's spread out about everybody, and when it happens, I've got to embrace and say, hey, it's on me. And when I told the players the same thing, that's on me. Obviously, I did a poor job of preparing you. I did a poor job of getting you mentally prepared to play this game. And I thought we had a great week of practice. But it's somewhere between that practice and Saturday's game, it didn't roll over. So we'll take a look at that and make sure we get it correct.
Is the shape back for you guys this week?
He probably could be. I'm probably right now. I'll probably not looking at playing him, just because he needs that rest. Because we're going to start conference. We're going to have an off week and then conference play. If he hurts it again, so I don't know. We'll make that be a game time decision. But right now we're going in. It was a game plan. I told the offense to prepare. He's not available, and we're not using him. Yep.
How much do you give Donovan more in the film room to like you said, it is a cerebral offense to get him better on a better playing foundation that he can fall back on?
I think there's obviously lessons learned on it. A lot of it's going to be just he got that game under his belt and those jitters. And he's a redshirt freshman. It's his first college football game. I think something that we get past that'll be huge. But right now we're going in this ball game right now with the plan is we're playing both. We're playing Allo and Donovan. We're going to play them both, and we'll be able to talk to them in between series and coach them up as we go along. And that way, hopefully, the pressure doesn't fall on one of them, and we'll go, because I think they're both capable of doing it. So we're gonna go in there with ideas. They're going to split reps, and they're going to play as we go through. And again, I think if that happens, we're going to be very thankful for it down the road. It may be a bump there Saturday, but we're going to be very thankful on the road that we're going to get that experience in a quarterback and get them that rep, so we go into conference play. We've got 2 ready to go.
How healthy are you? I know you guys had some guys banged up.
Yeah, we got some guys, and we got some guys that we're going to hold. We'll probably hold them out this week, just because it's in their best case, because we do have an off week next week. And if we hold them out this game, we've got a really good chance of them to get healthy and cleared up for Lamar. And that's, to me, that's the highest priority we have right now. When conference play hits, how healthy can we be then? So we got a couple guys that probably will not play.
What was it like in the film room when you guys ran Ashton's touchdown?
Probably excitement and anything. I think everybody's. He is a great personality. He's the guy in the room. Comes in always in with a smile on his face, and just a happy guy. So I think everybody's pretty excited for him. I know, not just a D-line, but I think everybody on the team is just excited. He got that, got his play, and got his story in his memory that he's going to be able to know for a long time. That's a pretty huge one for a D lineman.
Sunday when you watched the film, it really hadn't blown up as big as it did.
Yeah.
Not nationwide. Yesterday morning, it kind of just took off and still growing.
Really?
Talk a little bit about one of your guys going viral.
That's pretty. That's awesome. For him, for our program. I think last night the radio show somebody told me it was 48,000 hits or something.
It's over 180 today on Fox Sports.
180,000? Oh my God. Okay. I thought 48,000 was pretty impressive. 180,000. That's pretty. Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, one thing, it's obviously getting it's getting some pub out there for Lion Nation and Southeastern football. We'll take it. We'll take that publicity any way we can get. But obviously, I'm excited for him. That's awesome for him. And like I said, he's going to remember that for a long time.
I know you said yesterday you've never been a part of a game with 9 defensive turnovers. Ever been a part of a game with 3 defensive touchdowns?
I don't know. I'd have to go back in there. Probably not. I mean, it's pretty rare. It's amazingly rare. So I don't know if I can't come off the top of my head and think one. You know, but it's pretty impressive. I think it was a great night. Those individual efforts. Some great plays.
Talk about DeMaurier, Defensive Player of the Week for the conference.
Yeah, D-Lane. I'm excited for him just because you know, you go in this thing and he was a guy that really spot played just little special teams in Northwestern. It was his first game. He's a sophomore, and you know, so this game, because we had some injuries, he gets thrown in the light and gets a lot more playing time. And then all of a sudden they come out empty, and that becomes more of his forte. You know, was a safety. We moved a linebacker. And then they were playing right up the out. That was his thing. We're going to put him in coverage. I think that's a typical thing we want to say to all of our guys that took advantage of his opportunity and made the most of it. And what an amazing job on him. And obviously, you know, he's earned the respect and trust of our coaches now to put him in there and move forward from there. But that's kind of typical to me of you know, how we want our guys to respond. You know, he's a guy in game 1. I don't know if he got 10 snaps. I really don't. I don't think he did. And then turns out in game 2, and he's Southland Conference Player of the Week, and he's National Honors and Louisiana Sports Writers Player of the Week, and everything. Pretty savvy play on his pick 6. That was a very savvy play.
And since we talked about the other 2, let's talk about Solomon Parker. I'm sure his scoop and score
Yep.
to start the game put you up 7-0.
Yeah. I mean, he gets overshadowed because Ashton's thing goes viral. But Solomon Parker, we had 2 big men get touchdowns. That's wow. I mean, you know. That's pretty amazing. I don't know if I don't honestly know if I've ever had 2 big guys get a touchdown in the same year. I don't know. You have to go back and think about it, but having the same game, pretty exciting. 2 defensive linemen do that, and that puts a little pressure on the rest of them. I want to see what AJ and Tupou and Javari and let's see, they're probably going to have to step to the plate now too. They got high standards now. You know, when you get the ball, you give it a score.
It's going to help your defensive line recruiting now.
No doubt. We come here, we score points. I mean, if you want to play D-line for the highest scoring D-line in the country, I think we got to hold that title. Yeah.
With the perspective on to bring these guys were scoring touchdowns when the offense wasn't.
Yeah.
They were huge in the context of helping you win, not necessarily padding a lead that you were not in control of the game.
No.
Yeah, I just wonder just when you look back at those contributions, how much they meant.
They were huge.
When they were coming.
Yeah, it was huge. We're in a tight ball game. If we don't do those things, you know, we're staring down the barrel. I don't know if we would answer. I think hopefully we would answer the bell ourselves on the offense side of the ball. But to me, that's football. And we talk about all the time is that you know, it don't matter how we get it done, whether it be offense, defense, special teams, or whatever. We just at the end of the day we got one more than they got. That wasn't the feeling going in. Honestly, I thought we were going to perform really well, and it was going to be one of those situations where we won pretty substantial, and we're going to have a chance to get a lot of guys reps, and that was kind of the plan going in. Well, lo and behold, that's not what happened. And but our guys found a way to get done, and whatever it be, offense, defense, or special teams, we'll take it. Because there's going to be time. We always, like I said, you know, there's going to be time. We're going to get a game. We're going to have to rely. You know, you're going to lean on the offense. They're going to put some points. And there's times in games where sometimes you're tooth and nail. Like to me, it's a big one this week. Special teams has got to perform big if we're going to be in this ball game. They got to perform big.
Your defensive linemen mostly get to play that, you know, occupy blockers and things like that. AJ had told me at the beginning of the year that he thought this year that you'd see the defensive linemen getting more plays, making more plays and all that, which I have to assume that Blake has something to do with that.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything appreciably different up front that is screening those guys and getting them more involved? Because it seemed like before it was mostly designed to let the linebackers do the work, you know, but obviously.
I think that was more by the scheme of what we had. I think this is the most talented defensive line we've had since it's the most talented D-line I've had since I've been here. This is the best depth from top to bottom, guys we got that can make plays and get things done up front. We're the most talented. And with that, obviously, comes opportunities for more plays. And, I think, I think they're doing it, as the emphasis has probably been stressed. I mean, I know that the emphasis is there and the design's there, but schematically, we're not doing a whole lot. We're playing a little more D linemen just because personnel we got. We have that package where now we're playing more 4-down guys because we have them. We think we really got right now. We're at 8. We got 8 defense linemen that can play. So instead of playing a 3-down system and being 3 deep, we're playing a lot more 4-down guys. And then also kind of out of necessity, we lost some backers there in game 1. We lost some backers game 1, and it became a system we had to play a lot more with 4-down guys. So, but I think when we got them, and they're probably one of our strengths of our football team. So.
Along those lines, looking ahead to Ohio, this is a team that has 5 starters back on their offensive line.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really interesting matchup. Can you talk about how that shapes up?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a huge challenge for our guys. I think that their offensive line is really good. I mean, they're very good. Like I said, probably will be the best offensive line we will see all year. This is going to be it. This is the challenge. How good can you play? And really, how well can we play with fundamentals and techniques, and for how long? And who does it the most? Who does it on a consistent basis? Is it them? Is it us? I don't know. I hope our guys will answer that challenge and go out there and do it.
Do you approach this week any differently being an FBS school, or just another game?
It is just another game. I mean, it's just a game. You're just playing a little better, a little better talent level, and you're just playing a little, guys that. Like this one, just because of who they are, they're very well coached and they're very well disciplined, and they're not gonna hurt themselves. They're not gonna make mistakes. So, but it is. I don't think we got plenty of guys that I don't think our guys are gonna be intimidated by being an FBS school. They're not gonna be scared. They better not be. I don't think they're gonna blink on that part of it. They just got it. They have a big challenge in front of them right now.
What is the nature of their offense? They look, very balanced. They don't have eye-popping offensive numbers or anything.
No.
But what are they trying to do?
They're probably they're trying to spread it out and run the football and throw a little bit and do a little bit of everything. They got a little option game. They got they're doing a little bit of everything. They play 2 quarterbacks, so I don't think they've really kind of settled in on that, who their guy is, and I don't know if they got a controversy or whatever else, but I know they're playing 2 guys and they're both getting a lot of reps, and but I think for us, I think they're going to come in there, they're going to try to run the football, establish the run, take some shots over the top, try to get. I don't think I don't think they're going to sit there and try to throw the ball 50 times a game. That's not them by identity. They're going to try to run the football and be balanced. They really are really balanced run to pass. And but not, overall, it's run to balance. It's passed. But if you go game by game, it's not. They're taking what people give them, But I would think in our thing, they're going to come in there and try to establish the run and do that. If we can stop the run game, we're going to have some success.
The quarterbacks, just numbers-wise, don't look like they're appreciably different. Like one is a thrower and one is a runner. It doesn't look like that.
No, I know they both. I think they've tried to run them both. They're both athletic. They're both kind of dual threat guys. They both can run. They're very athletic. They're big guys. They both got strong arms. I mean, they're a pretty talented group. Yeah, and I think they have a real talented group of receivers. And it's probably the most impressive thing. The receivers, the way they block. That's pretty impressive. That, and then the defense, I'd say the most impressive thing is how hard they play. They play really hard. I don't know if they're. We're gonna play an FBS team. I'm not saying they're more talented than us, but they play hard. And our guys need to see that on film. Yep.
What are they doing defensively, scheme-wise, and where do you see the strength on defense?
Probably the front 4. How aggressive they play with a high motor. They are athletic, and they probably, but more so they're I mean, they play hard. I think that's their identity. That's why he's gone to so many bowl games. He's done this. Why he's done have so much success. They play they're playing quite a bit. 8 of them up front, and they are playing with a tremendous motor. So that's the thing. We got to be able to match their intensity. You know, I don't know how long it'll be. That big thing is we're gonna have to adjust to the speed of the game real quick, because it's gonna be the fastest thing we've probably seen from an opponent in a while.
You've accomplished a lot of things here in a short period of time. What is going and competing well there and winning? When you look at things that you've accomplished, that you'd like to see notch something else for the program, when you step up in competition like this.
Yeah, I mean, what you want to just go in there. To me, this game is what I usually take the FBS games. It's a gauge of where you at on a national scale. You know, can you play with anybody? You know, and that's really what we want to get done. And the only way that's going to happen, though, is we got to go out there and play a lot more discipline than we have. We got to be a lot more consistent than we have. And we're going to have to do the things we're talking about. We're going to have to be able to throw the football. If we can't throw the football and become one-dimensional, they're going to load the box up, and it's going to be a long night. You know, when they load it up, we're going to have to make a play, guys. We're going to have to put the ball in the air. And you got to make the right decision, throw the ball where it's supposed to throw, and you got to catch it. If you can't do that, it's going to get real difficult. You know, I think our guys know that. You know, I think we got away with doing it versus somebody, but you know, in my opinion, we were supposed to beat them. We were supposed to beat Florida Tech. You know, as a team, we were physically superior to them. Didn't play well and came out with a W. Can't do that this week.
Does it frustrate you that the passing game in the games hasn't looked anything like it did in the fall camp? I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is, and I'm, like I said, I'll take the responsibility most of that. I'm the one that called the dogs off in game one. I'm the one that called it off in game two. It's like, whoa, you know, I did, you know, so, but we can't do that here. We're going to have to do it. So,
I guess that's the
we're going to look different.
That you at least know they can do it. You've seen it happen.
Right. We can throw it, and we got a talented group of receivers, and they got to lock in and get it done. We throw it to you, and you catch the daggone thing, and you're on the right route. Then we got to get the guy to the right person. We got to be, like I said, we got to be consistent, and we got to execute. You know, but we're gonna have to do that when you get into Lamar and Lamar, McNeese, UCA. Here we go. We've got a list. You better be consistent, and you better execute week in and week out. So this is hopefully, you know, a good tool learning environment for us.